Hey guys, what's up everybody? Nick Fiore, Fiore's Nation YouTube channel on YouTube. I'm sorry guys. I I apologize guys. I know before I was doing the Raw review for Raw after Mania this past Monday night, but uh I don't know how that happened. It just my internet usually stable, then it just becomes usually my internet is stable, but and this is the first time this happened. This has never happened before. My internet became unstable, then it kicked me out of live stream. It just ended the live stream for just out of nowhere, and it just and I literally had no choice but to do a part two for the Raw After Mania review. This is the only time this is going to happen. Like the unstable internet just ending the live stream. This never happened before to me at all. This is legit the first time it happened to me, and it's just it's frustrating. Just very angry right now with just happened. Just very angry, very angry. But this is the only part two Raw review. This is the only time. Hopefully my internet's better for the rest of the day. Hopefully, I'm hoping. I'm praying to fucking God that this does not happen again. Hoping to God this doesn't happen again. But I apologize, guys, for what happened with the previous stream. And this is the first time this happened. It's never happened before, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. So, and again, I apologize for the previous live stream. I apologize, guys. So, that's that. So, apologize for that, guys, and hopefully you understand. But the previous stream were the last talking about. So as I was trying to say before, the previous live stream just kicked me right out. Asuka did a DDT onto Rhea Ripley onto the apron, and Adam's not with me for this one too. He has something going on, and Adam's not with me for this one, for this part two, for this and for the only part two Raw review. And the only part two Raw review, Adam's not with me for this as well. He has something going on right now, but I know he's still going to watch anyways. But so just let you guys go. So just let you guys know on that as well. So again, apologize for what happened with my internet being unstable. This is the first time this happened. Again, I hope it does not happen again. Because I'm just really frustrated with that. Because I'm really frustrated with what happened in the live stream, that it just kicked me out. So praying to God it doesn't. So praying to God it does not happen again. So as I was saying in the previous live stream, Asuka lands a DDT. Asuka lands a DDT. Raw Women's title rematch. Raw After Mania this past Monday night. Asuka Rhea Ripley 1-on-1 in the Raw Women's title rematch. Asuka, during this match, Asuka lands, and this was towards the end of this match as well, as I was trying to say in the previous live stream. Asuka lands DDT. Asuka lands a DDT onto Ripley on the apron, which did not look good at all. Which did not look good whatsoever. Charlotte Flair then runs down to the ring and attacks Asuka and Rhea Ripley to cause a no contest. Charlotte does a couple big boots, and Charlotte does this, mocking the virtual crowd and Asuka and Rhea Ripley. And then Charlotte stands tall. Yeah, but Charlotte doesn't steal opportunities, right? Yeah, sure. Charlotte sounding like a liar and a hypocrite, as usual. Charlotte can now be in the club, now officially, as Braun Strowman. Stupid ass. Charlotte attacks Rhea and Asuka with Rhea versus Asuka ending in a no contest. Next pay-per-view, Backlash. Charlotte versus Rhea versus Asuka. It's coming. Yet Charlotte wants this. Yet Charlotte says she doesn't steal opportunities, right? Yeah, sure, Charlotte. Yeah, sure. Charlotte's right about being that damn good, man. Charlotte's not that good as she thinks she is. She's not. She's not. And Charlotte's not a game changer. Charlotte's not a draw. She's not. And if you think Charlotte's a draw, you're blatantly lying to yourselves. Charlotte's not a draw. Charlotte's not a draw. She's not a game changer. She doesn't move. Charlotte does not move the needle. Charlotte does not move the needle. So, Asuka and Rhea, Raw Women's Title rematch. Not a good match at all. This was terrible. And Charlotte interferes. Rhea versus Asuka versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's Title triple threat at Backlash. It's coming. It's coming. And watch Charlotte win. And watch Charlotte win the Raw Women's. And Charlotte win the Raw Women's Title back pretty soon. Watch that happen. Watch. It's coming. It's fucking coming. We all know it's inevitable. We all know it's fucking inevitable. Yet Charlotte says she steals opportunities and she's humble. She's genuine. And then Charlotte says Rhea's a snake. And then Charlotte says Asuka's manipulative. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, Charlotte. Yeah, sure, honey. Yeah, sure. Then Charlotte says she creates opportunities, right? What a liar. What a hypocrite is Charlotte Flair. My God. Jesus Christ. So, Rhea Ripley, Raw Women's Champion. With that, yeah. So Rhea Ripley is Raw Women's Champion. Just wait until Charlotte feasts on Rhea. Watch. It's coming. It's coming. Yet Charlotte wants to say she doesn't. Yet Charlotte has the balls to say she doesn't steal opportunity. She is the opportunity, right? Yeah, right, Charlotte. Yeah, right. And then moving on, we then go backstage with The Miz and John Morrison. They run into The Miz's wife, Maurice. Morrison asks why Maurice is there. Miz says she's the guest on Miz TV tonight. Another Miz TV segment. People reaching for the remote controls and changing the channel. And then we go backstage with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. That are watching and rewinding Mandy Rose's slipping, falling during a WrestleMania entrance on night one of WrestleMania this year. Mandy Rose then walks in and says she can laugh at it too, even though it was embarrassing. Shayna then leaves. Rose then says it's funny how. And then Mandy's talking with Nia, and Mandy says it's funny how sometimes you don't see things coming. Mandy Rose then slaps Nia Jax. Then Dana Brooke Dana Brooke attacks Nia Jax from behind. Rose and Brooke send Jax into a road case, and that was that. And we'll talk about Mandy and Dana and in the Mandy and Dana and Shannon Nia situation. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and I have a lot to say on that. So. And then we got a segment with Alexa's Playground. And during it, Alexa says she did what she did at WrestleMania Night 2 this year. When Alexa turned on the Fiend at WrestleMania this year, night number 2. Alexa Bliss says she did what she did because after the darkness saved her, she realized maybe she didn't need the darkness if she can do this all on her own. Bliss then introduces us to her. Bliss then introduces her new friend Lily. Lily then looks like a creepy hen puppet. Bliss then says they are going to have such fun. And then that was that. So they're taking Alexa away from the Fiend. Unfucking real. Unreal. First of all, the Fiend SummerSlam 2019 was awesome when he fought against Finn Balor. Then it got popular. It was the hottest thing. Then Vince realized it. He got his dirty hands on it. And what did Vince do? Killed the Fiend. Killed the Fiend. Hell in a Cell 2019. Hell in a Cell DQ finish with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell 2019. That was strike one. Strike two was Bill Goldberg at Super Showdown 2020 in Saudi Arabia. Strike number two. And strike three was Payback 2020 with the triple threat for the Universal title. Payback with The Fiend, Roman, and Strowman, with Roman winning the title, with Strowman eating the pin, with Roman winning the title from The Fiend, with Strowman eating the pinfall. Strike number three. Strike number four, Randy Orton in the Inferno match at TLC 2020. Strike four. And then strike five, losing to Randy Orton again, but in a one-on-one regular match at WrestleMania 37 night number 2. Losing to Orton at WrestleMania night 2 this year. Losing to Randy Orton at WrestleMania night 2 this year, strike 5. And now they want to take Alexa away from the Fiend. And Adam and I have said this. Without Alexa Bliss, the Fiend would be completely right at the fucking bottom of the barrel right now. That's how dead the Fiend is. You can thank Bill Goldberg for that, though. The Cell DQ finish with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell 2019. Though that was strike one. That was only the beginning. But what really, the Fiend was buried with that after that, which was terrible. The Fiend was especially bad. The Fiend was buried with that, which was terrible. And then the Fiend was especially buried when Super Showdown 2020 happened with Bill Goldberg. When Goldberg refused to put over the Fiend. When Goldberg only put himself over. Fucking Goldberg. And by the way, fuck Bill Goldberg, by the way. Fuck Bill Goldberg. And now they want to take Alexa Bliss away from the Fiend. And now they want to have Alexa Bliss as her own Fiend character. What a slap in the face to Bray Wyatt. Now Bray Wyatt has to create a new different. And now Bray Wyatt has to create a new different character now. All over again. When the Fiend, like the Fiend character, it's not Alexa's. The Fiend was Bray's character, not Alexa's. Not Alexa's at all. Alexa plays the role well, but it's the Fiend's character. And now Bray has to start right from scratch all over again. Right from scratch all over again. And you find no issue with this? When the Fiend was Bray's character, then it's given to Alexa. Then Bray has to start with a new character all over again. You know you got a big fucking problem. What a slap in the face to Bray Wyatt, man. What a slap in the face to Bray Wyatt. And now the Fiend is even more dead. Now it looks even more bad. Now the Fiend is definitely dead right now. Find no issue with this. Open your eyes. Open your fucking eyes. The Fiend is absolutely fucking dead right now. Even more so right now. If you don't think that, open your eyes. Open your eyes. And Alexa with this skit right here. Alexa plays the role well as a fiendish character, but it's rinse and repeat. It's the same shit. Same old shit. Something different with this character. Can we do something different with this character, please, Monday Night Raw? And Vince and Dunn and Bruce, you fucking clowns. Unfucking believable to me. Now what new character is Bray gonna do? Now what new character is Bray gonna do? At this point, Bray Wyatt, he might as well go back to the Eater of Worlds character. He might as well go back to the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt at this point. That's how dead the Fiend is. That's how fucking dead the Fiend is. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful. Then you want to know why Adam and I shit on Monday Night Raw and then you want to know why Adam and I shit on this fucking show every fucking week. Absolutely fucking terrible. If this doesn't tell you how more dead the Fiend is, I don't know what will. If this doesn't tell you that the Fiend is even more dead, more so than ever right now, then I don't know what else to tell you. Absolutely fucking awful. Absolutely fucking awful. And then we get the Miz TV segment with the Miz, John Morrison, and Maurice. Maurice says she is here because tonight is the premiere for Miz and Mrs. Who gives a shit? Who watches Miz and Mrs.? I know I don't. I've only watched one episode and it put me right to sleep. So I don't even watch the show. No one else does. Nobody else does. John Morrison then pitches a spinoff starring the three of them. Miz and Morrison then put the show over. Miz says he took Bad Bunny and turned him into a WWE superstar. It would have never happened without his training. Miz shows stills of Bad Bunny's highlights. Damian Priest then interrupts. Priest then says that he was Bad Bunny's tag team partner, and he doesn't want to take credit for what Bad Bunny did. Damian Priest then says Miz is trying to save face. The Miz then says that Priest is jealous of being overshadowed by Bad Bunny. The Miz then challenges Priest to a match. Morrison then says he wanted to challenge him. Maurice suggests, and then Miz and Morrison both argue and bicker like high school children. Maurice then yells to break up the fight, and this was absolutely fucking cringe like television. This was god awful. I could hear and see I could hear people reaching for the remote control and changing the channel. I changed the channel on this too because this segment was fucking garbage. Miz and Morrison arguing and bickering like a bunch of high school children and idiots. And Maurice getting this to break up a fight and just break up this argument. This was absolutely fucking cringe. Cringe like television. And then you want to know why the Raw ratings are fucking down. I understand Raw this week in the ratings got over 2 million viewers, but don't get comfortable. Raw will go right back down in the ratings the next week. I guarantee it. So then Maurice suggests that they can both fight him. Priest then calls them both idiots and says they will fight them both right now. Miz and Morrison both complain about not being ready. Miz is still in his suit, and Morrison is wearing his clothing attire as well. And then we get the next match on the show: Damian Priest versus the Miz and John Morrison with Maurice. And I got a lot to say on this, man. But before so, I'm taking a drink, so I thought it as a little dry. I'm gonna take a drink. And turn off this fan too. Cold in here. Cold in here. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Whew. A little cold in there, man. Anyways, so Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison in a handicap match. Why? I like Damian Priest, but why a 2-on-1 handicap match? Oh, but Damian Priest is the bigger man. If he challenges both guys, it makes him a fighter man. It makes him a guy that doesn't back down from a challenge man. It's 2-on-1 with a handicap match. 2-on-1, it's outnumbered. Would it have been a lot better if it was Priest versus Morrison 1-on-1? That would have been a lot better. But no, we get this handicap match, and we get Priest landing in a few strikes to both the Miz and John Morrison. Miz and Morrison double team Damian Priest. Morrison landed an elbow drop. Priest fires up and hits the broken arrow onto the Miz. Morrison breaks up the pinfall. Priest hits the dive to the outside and lands on Miz and Morrison. Priest hits a spinning heel kick off the top. Morrison kicks out. Damian Priest then hits the lights on Morrison, but Miz was the legal man. Maurice distracts Priest and allows Miz to roll up. And then this allows Miz to roll up Damian Priest with his feet on the ropes for the win. And Maurice and the Miz cheats to win with his foot on the rope, and Maurice helping Miz on the ropes with leverage. And Miz and Morrison defeat Damian Priest. So let me get this straight. Folks. So Damian Priest has been in the main roster on Monday Night Raw for like what? 2 months? Not even 3 months? Correct? 2 months. 2 months. Damian Priest has been on the main roster on Monday Night Raw right now. And after 2 months of being on Monday Night Raw, you give Damian Priest his first loss on Monday Night Raw within 2 months of them being on the main roster. And you have him lose to the Miz of all people, who was wrestling in his suit. And then during this match, Priest was ripping Miz's suit off with the Miz's boxers showing. I kid you not. The Miz's boxers showing. And the Miz cheats to beat Damian Priest with the Miz's boxers showing. Are you kidding me? And you find no problem with this. You find no problem with this. Seriously, the Miz, the biggest fucking loser on Monday Night Raw, and you have him beat Damian Priest. You have him cheat to beat Damian Priest this past Monday on Raw, with the Miz cheating to beat Damian Priest this past Monday on Raw, with the Miz's boxers showing. With the Miz's boxers showing. 2 months Damian Priest has been on the main roster, and you have him lose? Oh, but this would have. But NXT did the same. Oh, but NXT did the same thing too, man. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. When Damian Priest was in NXT, they had him be unbeaten for like what? At least 6 months, 8 months, then have him lose after, then and such. But no, here on Monday Night Raw, first after 2 months on Raw, Damian Priest loses the match already. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful. Oh, but wow, Damian Priest on Raw. Wow, I thought Damian Priest was gonna. I thought Damian Priest on Raw, but wow, Damian Priest on Raw. Wow, I thought Damian Priest was gonna get a big push on Monday Night Raw. Awful. Absolutely fucking god awful. Absolutely awful. That burial of Damian Priest has begun. God, I hope not. God, I hope not. And Maurice now with Miz and Morrison. How to make Miz and Morrison even worse? Put the Miz and John Moore. Put Maurice with Miz and John Morrison. Maurice now with Miz and Morrison. Miz and Morrison as a team just got that much more worse right now. Maurice with Miz and Morrison. This is worse than this is even worse than Miz and Morrison by themselves. Terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible, man. Absolutely fucking terrible, man. And again, the Miz shown in his boxers, and he cheats to beat Damian Priest. Fucking terrible. Why did Damian Priest need to lose here? Why did it need to be a handicap match? Why couldn't it have it been just Priest versus Morrison 1-on-1 and that's it? Why did it need to be a handicap match? And also, shouldn't and it's like this handicap match wouldn't it have been a lot how do I say this? In a handicap match, unnecessary. Wouldn't it have been a lot better if it was a tag team match instead of Damian Priest with a tag team partner? And like Adam and I said on the previous live stream, no call-ups, no returns outside the War Raiders, no NXT call-ups on the Raw, no NXT call-ups on the Raw after Mania whatsoever. Like, why couldn't this be a tag team match with Damian Priest and his tag team partner being like an NXT called Bronson Reed? Something on this show. Something. This show needs baby faces bad. This show needs a Raw needs a fucking draft bad. Just look at Raw's roster, depleted fucking roster. And you mean to tell me you can't do a tag team match, but you want to do a handicap match with Miz and Morrison for Damian Priest in a handicap match instead? And you find no issue. Like, you mean to tell me you can't do a tag team match, but you do get this handicap match, and you find no issue with this? Fucking garbage television, man. Fucking garbage television. Miz and Morrison beat Damian Priest. The burial of Damian Priest has begun, which I fucking hope not. And then we got the next match on the show. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. We got Nia Jax slipping on her way into the ring, which was not funny. I cringed. Rose and Brooke both laugh at Nia Jax. Jax and Baszler beat down. Jax and Baszler both beat down. Brooke manages to tag in Rose. Rose fires up and works over Baszler. Rose sets up her finish on Baszler. Baszler reverses it into the curve with a clutch. Rose stuns Baszler on the top rope to break the hold. Jax tries to get back in the ring and she slips on the apron and lands on her butt. Nia Jax, my hole! Mandy Rose then laughs at this, and then Jax chases Rose. Rose and Brooke just walk away and take the count-out loss. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler beat Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke by count-out. I'm taking another drink again because I got something to say on this as well. So let me get this straight. So people, let me get this straight. So Mandy and Dana versus Shayna and Nia, that feud over the women's tag team titles. So let me get this straight. They're having that feud now based off of Mandy slipping at WrestleMania Night 1 this year. Let me repeat that. Mandy and Dana feuding with Shayna and Nia right now over the women's tag team titles right now. And now that feud is based off of Mandy slipping at this year's WrestleMania. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? They're doing this shit off Mandy Rose slipping at this year's WrestleMania Night number 1 this year for this year's WrestleMania in Tampa. And you find nothing, and you don't have a problem with this? Are you fucking serious? You know, and then they're doing this Mandy Rose slipping thing. They're trying to do it over and over and over again. You know, the more times you do shit like this, the more times you do shit like this, it results in it being just completely unfunny and just forcing it. It's not even funny anymore. It's like Mandy Rose slipping at this year's WrestleMania. I mean, but the more you jam it down people's throats, it just becomes not funny anymore. And I like Mandy Rose, but now they're having this feud off slipping. This is terrible. Absolutely fucking awful. Absolutely terrible. Burn the women's tag team titles, please. The main roster, the NXT women's tag team titles, like the main roster women's tag team titles, they should have been on NXT. They never should have did the NXT women's tag team titles. They never should have created them. But they did it because Vince didn't want the main roster women's titles done in NXT. Vince didn't want that because if he allowed that, Vince would be wrong to Triple H, and Vince doesn't like being wrong. So that's why that happened. And now Shayna and Nia versus Mandy and Dana now for the women's tag titles in a feud right now, possibly in Raw right now. That feud is now based off of Mandy Rose slipping at this year's WrestleMania. Are you fucking for real? Are you fucking for real? Now you know why Raw's the worst show on television. Like, I don't know which is worse. AOP, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode in the AOPP. I don't know which is worse. That or this with Mandy Rose slipping with Shayna and Nia versus Mandy and Dana feuding based on Mandy slipping. I don't know which is worse at this point. Fucking Christ above. Fucking terrible. Burn the women's tag team titles. Where's Kane to come back to Monday Night Raw to burn the women's tag team titles? Get rid of the women's tag team titles. Just burn them. Get rid of them. They're worthless. They're worthless. Ever since the Iconics won the women's tag titles at WrestleMania 35, those women's tag titles have never, ever recovered from that. They've never, ever recovered from that. They have never recovered from that whatsoever. And they're still a joke now. And they're still a joke now. Burn the women's tag team titles and get it over with. Just burn the women's tag team titles. This is fucking garbage. Fucking illogical fucking garbage on this show. And then we get an in-ring segment with MVP. MVP is in the ring with Lashley. He says Lashley just wanted to address the WWE Universe tonight, but he couldn't suffer any more disrespect today. MVP then puts over Drew McIntyre as a warrior. He says McIntyre is great, but he's not as great as Lashley. MVP then says it's okay to be number 2. MVP then says that if McIntyre can't handle the pressure of the Hurt Lock, no one can. McIntyre walks out on the stage. McIntyre says he knew it was going to come down to the Hurt Lock and the Claymore. McIntyre then tells MVP to keep pumping up Lashley. McIntyre wants Lashley to be on the biggest pedestal possible. When McIntyre gets his rematch, he's going to knock Lashley off of it. MVP then says that nothing is given, everything must be earned. Then Braun Strowman interrupts. So Braun Strowman comes out. MVP then tells McIntyre to get back to get to the back of the line. Strowman says for once he agrees with MVP. Strowman tells McIntyre to get to the back of the line. Randy Orton then walks out and he says he isn't concerned with Bliss or The Fiend. Orton now has time to focus on what he's best at, being WWE Champion. Adam Pearce then joins the party and he books a triple threat match between Orton, Strowman, and McIntyre, with the winner getting a shot at Lashley for the WWE title at the next pay-per-view Backlash. I'm not calling it WrestleMania Backlash. And then we go backstage, McIntyre and Strowman arguing, and then that was that. Typical formulaic garbage on this show. Wrestler A comes out, Wrestler B comes out, Wrestler C comes out, Wrestler D comes out. Then it leads to a multi-man match. Then the GM or authority figure comes out, books a multi-man match. Can we get something different on this show, please? What the hell is with this fucking formula? Can't they do anything fresh on this show? But no, we want to do this shit, right? Right? I guess fresh does not exist. I guess fresh and new and different does not exist in Vince's book of dictionary or in Vince's dictionary. Can we get something new and different and fresh on the show, please? This formulaic fucking garbage. It's fucking nauseating. Something new on this show, please. Enough of this formulaic garbage. Enough of it. Enough of it. What does it do in the grand scheme of things? What does it accomplish in the grand scheme of things? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then it's set for the main event for the Raw after Mania this past Monday night. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. Drew McIntyre. Why is what? Why? He lost clean at WrestleMania. It's over for Drew McIntyre. I love Drew McIntyre, but he lost his match at Mania this year. It's over. It's over. Strowman and Lashley, please no. Please no. Who wants to see that? Who wants to fucking see that? When we saw that weeks ago on Raw in the main event. And how well did that work out? That match was fucking trash. 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 Randy Orton and Bobby Lashley, that does not interest me at all. An Orton and WWE title matches, been there, done that. Been there, done that. So none of these, so Orton, McIntyre, and Strowman, none of these three deserve a shot at Lashley at Backlash. None of them deserve it. None of them deserve it whatsoever. They're not. They don't deserve a shot at Lashley at Backlash. Strowman, Lashley, nobody wants to see that. Lashley, Orton, I have no interest in whatsoever. Lashley, Strowman, nobody wants to see that. Lashley, McIntyre, we've seen it already. We've seen it already. So realistically, none of these three deserve. So realistically, if you look at it, none of these three deserve a shot at Backlash against Bobby Lashley for the title. None of these three deserve that shot. None of those three. Waste of time segment. Formulaic garbage segment. Waste of everyone's time. A waste of everyone's fucking time. And is my there we go. My internet. Okay. And then we got Elias in the ring with Jackson Riker. Oh joy. More people changing the channel with this shit. Elias is in the ring with Jackson Riker. They're in the ring. Elias is playing his guitar. Elias with the same old shtick. Elias a dead and stale novelty act and a one-trick pony. Elias then says Elias then tries to play a song for his mentor Shane McMahon. Every time Elias strums his guitar, Francesca 2 Championship Edition plays over it. Kofi and Xavier of the New Day walk to the ring and make fun of Riker and Elias for getting beat up by one guy. Elias then mentions that Kingston and Woods got destroyed by a monster at WrestleMania and Omos. Kingston then says Elias and Riker brought shame to the tag team division. Kingston then asks if Elias and Riker think this is a game. Woods then barks like DMX. DMX, God rest his soul, by the way. DMX, who unfortunately passed away. So thoughts and prayers are with DMX and his family and his friends. So DMX, God rest his soul. And then we got the New Day versus Elias and Jackson Riker in a tag team match. And I'm taking another drink. I throat getting dry again. I don't have COVID either. Check my temperature. New Day versus Elias and Jackson Riker. What did I do during this match? Did I take a shit? Did I take a piss? Was I washing my hands? Was I in the kitchen having a snack? Was I making popcorn for myself for a snack in the kitchen? Was I doing dishes? Was I cleaning the kitchen counter? Was I doing homework? Was I on my phone on looking at my Twitter and going through my Twitter scrolling through my Twitter feed? Was I feeding the dog? Was I taking out garbage? What was I doing? What did I do during this match? what the hell was I doing during this match? Anything, literally anything that I did was more important than this match. I did not even watch this match. And you know what? I am happy I did not watch this match. Waste of time this match was. They went on, I don't know how long they went for. I don't even give a shit. Waste of time filler was this fucking match. And who do you think won? Who won? Kofi and Woods. They win clean. Clean. I did not even watch. Again, I did not even watch the match, and neither did Adam. And you know what? Adam and I, we're glad that we did not watch this match. If you did not watch this match, I do not blame you whatsoever because legitimately no one cared for this. This was nothing but a waste of time. Filler. Filler at best. New Day wins. Who gives a shit? Then we go to Firefly Funhouse segment with Bray Wyatt. The puppets announced the return of Bray Wyatt. Wyatt walks in and says he's happy to be back with his true friends. You know what? You know what? I'm not happy about Bray Wyatt. Monday Night Raw. Nobody should be happy about Monday Night Raw. The witch then says she's happy because she hated that bitch. Ramblin' Rabbit then says he misses her. Wyatt then grabs Ramblin' by the throat and kisses him. Wyatt says he's never felt better. It's almost like a new season with new friends. Wyatt breaks into a preacher promo and heals Huskus with his hands. Same old Bray Wyatt, Firefly's Funhouse stuff. Same old. Rinse and repeat. I don't even care about Bray Wyatt anymore. That's how bad you buried him. That's how bad you buried Bray. That's how bad you buried Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, at this point, Bray Wyatt will never recover. Move to SmackDown won't save him. I don't even think a move to AEW would even save Bray Wyatt at this point. That's how bad you fucked Bray Wyatt over. That's how bad you fucked him over. You can thank Bill Goldberg for that. With Goldberg refusing to put over the Fiend at Super Showdown 2020. Fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking horrendous. And then we get the main event with Raw after Mania this past Monday night on Raw. The main event, triple threat match, Randy Orton versus Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre. Winner gets Bobby Lashley in the WWE title at Backlash in May next month. So Orton backs off and he lets Drew and Strowman go at it. Orton eventually gets back in the ring and then McIntyre and Orton then both suplex Braun Strowman. Strowman runs over McIntyre and Orton. He ran fast, man. Braun Strowman ran fast. Braun Strowman ran so fast, man. And I was shocked, man. I couldn't believe Braun Strowman fast. I couldn't believe that Braun Strowman could run fast. I was like, wow. I didn't know that Braun Strowman could run fast. Oh man. Strowman then sends Orton and McIntyre both out of the ring. Strowman tries to do his again, but so Strowman tries to do it again, but this time to McIntyre only. But McIntyre hits Strowman in the head with the ring steps. So that was that. So Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman Dumb. Stupid. Stupid Express. So then after this, Orton then suplexes McIntyre on the announce desk. Then we go to commercial break, and then back from the break, McIntyre suplexes Randy Orton. Braun Strowman then attacks from behind. Randy Orton slams Drew McIntyre. Strowman appears out of nowhere and on the outside and runs over Orton. Strowman then tries to get back in the ring, but Orton hits the DDT, the rope punk DDT. Randy Orton then hits the RKO on Braun Strowman. And then Orton, he's trying to go for the cover, trying to pin Braun Strowman. As Orton was pinning Strowman, McIntyre then surprises out of nowhere with the Claymore kick. Strowman rolls out of the ring, down and out. McIntyre pins Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre wins. And it's Lashley and McIntyre for the WWE title at Backlash again. Again. Why? We've seen it already. Been there, done that. And McIntyre lost clean at WrestleMania Night 1 this year. It's over. I like Drew McIntyre, but he lost his match at Mania this year. It's over. It's over. Why are we getting this match again? Nothing but rinse and repeat. Nothing but rinse and repeat. Honestly, with this triple threat, and I don't like Braun Strowman, I would have had Strowman win this triple threat match. To be honest with you, at least Strowman's been winning At least Strowman has won matches consistent. At least Strowman's been winning as of late consistently. McIntyre, he lost his match at Mania. It's over. It's over. Orton and Lashley, I have no interest in that whatsoever. And then, like I said, Drew and Lashley, Drew had his shot at WrestleMania and did not get the job done. Drew had his match against Lashley this year. Drew had his match against Lashley for the title this year at WrestleMania, and Drew McIntyre lost. Clean. So, Drew and Lashley for the title at Backlash this year again. Why are we getting that match again? Why are we getting the match again? I swear, nothing but rinse and repeat. Nothing new on this show. Nothing. We can't get one new thing. We can't one thing new on this show. We can't even get one thing new on this show. Is it that hard? We can't get one thing new on this fucking show? Is it really that difficult? I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. Then after this match, we then get MVP walking out on the stage. T-Bar and Mace then attack McIntyre from behind. T-Bar and Mace double choke slam McIntyre. McIntyre's laid out in the middle of the ring. And that was that. So, two things. Also, so you take Cedric and Shelton away from the Hurt Business, right? And you replace them with Mace and T-Bar. Are you kidding me? Kidding me? Ignore that. My grandparents yelling at the dog. Which they really shouldn't. Anyways, yeah, my grandparents, they don't accept wrong at all. So, Mace and T-Bar. Mace and T-Bar. Now, you take Cedric and Shelton away from the Hurt Business, which they never should have did. They replaced them with T-Bar and Mace. And Retribution and the Hurt Business. Weren't they feuding last fall in October, November of 2020? Now all of a sudden they join together. Where does this make sense? Where does this make sense? They were feuding late last year. Now all of a sudden they're together. Where's the logic? Where is the logic? That's like me punching a guy in the street and I hate his guts so much, and it's like, hey, you know what? Let's be friends. Where's the sense in that? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be fucking found. Logic gap. Bruce. Dunn. Vince, you fucking clowns. Fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Now, T-Bar and Mace. Apparently now in the Hurt business right now. Now, T-Bar and Mace in the Hurt business right now, I don't like it. I don't like it. Unless this leads to Mace and T-Bar unmasking and we get Dio Madden back along with Dominic Dijakovic. If this leads to T-Bar and Mace unmasking, if this leads to T-Bar and Mace just unmasking, if it leads to that, then I'm okay with it. If they don't, if T-Bar and Mace don't unmask, then why the fuck did you replace Cedric and Shelton in the Hurt business with T-Bar and Mace? If this doesn't lead to T-Bar and Mace finally unmasking, then why did you do that? Then why did you do what you did? Then why did you do it? Then why did you do what you did? This better lead to T-Bar unmasking along with Mace. Get T-Bar and Mace out of the masks. Bring back have T-Bar come back as Dominic Dijakovic. Have Mace be back as Dio Madden. Shane Thorne, have him get rid of the Slapjack name. Have him be back as Shane Thorne and have him back down in NXT. Have Mia Yim no longer be Reckoning. Have Mia Yim as a solid competitor in the Raw Women's Division, or send her back down to NXT. And Mustafa Ali, unfortunately, he's going to be a jobber right now in Raw, unfortunately, which sucks. He deserves so much better than that. On Mustafa Ali, a jobber right now on Raw right now, according to rumors, unfortunately, according to rumors, Mustafa Ali deserves so much better, man. Raw does not deserve Mustafa Ali. Raw does not deserve Mustafa Ali. But again, Mace and T-Bar now in the Hurt business. This better lead to T-Bar and Mace. I'm asking. If I don't see that, I'm going off on that. Big time. Big time. Raw after Mania. Worst Raw after WrestleMania 37. Worst Raw after Mania of all time. The worst Raw after Mania of all time. I remember when Raw after Mania would be so good. The last good Raw after Mania was the Raw after WrestleMania 33 back 4 years ago in 2017. That was the very last time Raw after Mania was actually. That was the very last time that a Raw after Mania. That was the very last time that Raw after Mania was actually good. This one right here, Raw after Mania 37, absolutely awful. One of the worst Raws ever. One of the worst Raws of 2021, and the worst Raw after Mania of all time. We got nothing new, nothing fresh on this show. No change outside of the change with the outside of the Raw commentary team change. We got no NXT call-ups. We got no returns outside of the War Raiders. Now, Adam Cole and Io Shirai, there's no use for them to go to Raw. I don't want them on Raw. I don't want them on the main roster, to be honest with you guys. I don't want them on the main roster, period. But Jesus Christ. At this point, I'd put them on Raw just to give Lashley and Rhea fucking challengers. At this point. Awful. Absolutely awful. We got nothing new. Raw after Mania 37. We got nothing new, no change outside of the Raw commentary team change. We got no NXT call-ups. We got no returns, no debuts, no returns outside of the War Raiders return. And the Raw after Mania 37, worst Raw after Mania of all time. This show, nothing good on this show outside of the War Raiders return and the promo packages for NXT and SmackDown. The only three good things of Raw this past Monday night, but two of them not even being Raw related. This show sucked. This show sucked. Worst Raw after Mania of all time, bar none. Bar none. Oh, but they got over 2 million viewers this week, man. That may be true, but don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. And Raw getting a boost in the ratings this week. It's the Raw after Mania. Of course Raw's going to get a boost in the ratings this week. But don't get comfortable. Raw next week is what matters the most. And Raw next week, they'll go right back to being garbage. And Raw next week, they'll go right back to below 2 million viewers with Raw next week. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Raw after Mania 20. Raw after Mania 37 sucked. Worst Raw after Mania of all time. If you think this, the Raw after Mania 37. If you thought it was good, you need fucking help. Because you're definitely not watching the show that Adam and I are watching. I'll tell you that right now. Awful. Fucking atrocious. And that's your Raw review. And that's your review video for the Raw after Mania 37. And I know there was the previous live stream for the Raw after Mania 30. And I know there was the previous live stream with the Raw after Mania 37 review, part one, the previous stream that was not supposed to be part one at all. But then the internet became unstable, like I just mentioned earlier with this part two video. But hopefully this doesn't happen again. And the next Raw review, and hopefully this does not happen again. And hopefully this does not happen again. And that is that. And that is all that for the Raw after Mania 37 review. Follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579. Follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiori2014. Follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiori.31. Add me as a friend on Facebook if you like. The option's always there for you guys. Hit the like button on the video. Hit the subscribe button on the video. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the Furious Nation YouTube channel on YouTube if you've not done so already, guys. Hit the bell for all notifications so you get notified whenever I'm uploading videos and all from the channel onto YouTube publicly. So subscribe to the Furious Nation channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. And hit the like button on the video as well. It'll be greatly appreciated. And that is that. And follow Adam on Twitter as well. At Adam Carl 2005 on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook as well. And that is that. Thank you guys so much for joining for the Raw after Mania 37 review. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I apologize for what happened with the previous live stream and all, and hope you guys understand. Thank you for understanding, and thank you guys so much for joining, and hope you guys have a good and the rest of your day. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day today, and thank you guys so much for joining, and hope you guys enjoyed the video despite what happened with the unstable internet. Apologize for that. Hopefully it does not happen again, but thank you guys so much for joining me anyways. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and sorry about all the unstable internet and all, but apologize for that. Hopefully it does not happen again. Hopefully it's the only time it happens. I hope to God it does not happen again, because that was not good and just frustrating. So hopefully it's the only time it happens. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'll see you next time right here on the channel for market content right here on the channel. Talk to you guys later.